Goodness. No, down! So bad! Okay. There was a slight interruption there with the dog, but it's okay. Thought it would be fun to come on here and do like a little story time kind of video. Yeah, with the dog. So today I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people ask me about, just because it is such like a prominent thing, I guess, that people can see. So I wanted to talk about my tattoos. So, you know, I got my cup of tea here, and I just thought we could get cozy and have story time and grab a sweater or blanket, light a candle, you know, and just chill. Okay, so into my tattoos. So the first one I ever got was this one, but this is the first one I ever got. I actually got it on my 18th birthday because, yes, I was one of those people. It was like, when I turn 18, I'm getting a tattoo, and that's the end of that, you know. And so I got this, which is a B, and it's for my brothers because all of their names start with B, like mine. So I'm Brooke, and then you have Brady, Boone, and Brennan. Thought what better way to like kind of just pay a tribute to them, because they are like my built-in best friends, as I like to say. So then, fast forward, I got my second tattoo. Now, they always say once you get one, like, oh, you're gonna want another, like, you won't be able to resist, you know, whatever. I was like, oh, I'm getting one and I'll be done. Just like nuts falling from heaven. Anyway, so the second one I got was very spontaneous. It was with, oh my gosh, I'm glad I have this umbrella. I could be hit in the head. Concussed right now. Okay, focus. So I went with my friend Kylie, and she wanted to get like her cartilage pierced, and we were going to a tattoo shop to do it, and she was like, you could get a tattoo, and I'm like, I totally could, I totally should, like this would be so fun. But I didn't know what I wanted. So we get to the tattoo shop, I still have no clue what I want to get. The guy is like trying to take us through like ideas and stuff, and he's basically showing us, just like, they weren't tasteful in my opinion, and he was like, oh, that's so hot, like you should totally get this. And me and my friend were like, no, I don't want that. Like, you guys are gross. I just want like a tattoo somewhere, you know, that's public. And so I finally decide on this gorgeous tiger tattoo, which I'll insert a picture now of what I asked for. So this is what I showed the guy. I said, I actually love this. I don't want all those extra lines around it, the geometric kind of style, but I just want the tiger face. And he's like, oh yeah, I got you for sure, you know, no problem. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. He's like, where do you want it? I'm like, well, you know, I've always seen like elbow tattoos and loved them. And so I thought that would be like the perfect place. Gosh, it's so cozy. I lay down on the table, I put my arm back so he can tattoo me. And he's like, okay, you know, he just starts going in. That was probably the most painful tattoo I've ever gotten. That was terrible. It was right by the elbow and the bone and the, I don't know, something about the skin there I guess is really thin. Hurt so bad. And so I'm laying there and I'm getting it done, and once he's like finished, you know, I look at it in the mirror and I'm like, right, this is not what I asked for at all. I couldn't even panic because it was that much of a shock to me. I couldn't even process it. And I'm standing there and I'm like, what the heck is this, right? And oh, I missed something, so backtrack, right? I am in the middle of getting it done, and I look down at the guy's ankle, and I see this little contraption around his ankle. And I'm thinking, oh, that, you know, great, that's great for him. You know, he's getting his exercise in, he's got his ankle weights on while he's tattooing people, he's walking around the shop getting a little bit of, you know, of his workout in. But that's literally what I thought, because I didn't look at it too hard. I don't like to like stare at people or things that they're wearing. I just glanced at it because I noticed it. And I look up and my friend noticed it too, and so she looks down and then she looks back at me, and then he notices both of us looking at it, and he's like, oh yeah, it's my ankle monitor, it's for my parole. And I'm like, oh yeah. And that's all I said, because I'm like, what? Like, that's not even where my head went. I'm sure my friend knew, but I, in the moment, just had no idea. I was like, are you kidding me? This guy is on parole. Whatever. Try to get over that, and, you know, then see the tattoo at the end, and I'm like, all right, you know, this is definitely not what I asked for. I'm very confused at what happened. So I'm just kind of sitting there, like, expecting an explanation. And then sure enough, he's like, oh, well, I was just getting the groove so much that halfway through I just said screw it and I threw out the stencil and I freehanded it. Yeah, so that, I'm gonna show a picture so you can see. It's clearly not what I wanted. I went to work and people were like, oh my gosh, you know, new tattoo, and that was kind of all they said. I basically went home. I cried for about 24 hours because tattoos are permanent. They're on your body forever. I called the tattoo shop again the next day. I am telling him, like, the main guy, not the guy who tattooed me, like, I want a refund and I want you guys to fix it. And so I go back literally. Okay guys, so my camera, for some reason, the SD card is full. So I'm just gonna film the remainder of this on my phone. So sorry for like the switch. But I think I was talking about how I went back and I was getting my tattoo covered up. He goes in and he starts, you know, covering it up, and that was even more painful because it was on top of the already, like, previous tattoo, the original that I got 2 days ago, which hadn't healed at all. And so he did it really detailed, and so you can see what I ended up getting here. And maybe I can insert a photo so it's clearer, but this is kind of the final product of that, which is a lot better than the original, but it's still not what I wanted originally. So I'm thinking eventually maybe I'll get it removed or partially removed and covered up with something, because I do like the placement, but it's just not what I asked for. But it was free, so there's that. About a couple weeks after that, before I went to my freshman year of college, literally the week I was moving into college, I got another tattoo with my friend, and I got a plane. So I got this little red plane, which I love. It's just to express my love of travel. It doesn't have any deeper meaning beyond that. But I just absolutely love it. If you guys want like a cozy cup of tea that tastes like Christmas in a cup, you need to get Paris tea. That's what it's called. That's like the flavor, and it's by Harney and Sons. You can get it at like Target or wherever, and it is amazing. Okay, so moving on, the next one I got was this past summer. My friend and I, we were born on the same day, but we were like 17 minutes apart. We were born in like the same hospital, born in like the same hallway. Our parents, like our moms, were in the same like birthing class or whatever, which for one, I didn't even know that was a thing until my mom told me. We didn't meet until we were like 12, and we grew up like near the same kind of area. We found out that we were literally the same age. And just since then, we've been friends since we met for about 8 years now. We just have found that we have so much in common. Just like we think the same way, we like the same things. And we just thought like it was such a twin thing because we were born on the same day. And so we thought we would commemorate our like twinship, and we got matching tattoos. So we got this. I'll upload a photo so you can see it, but it's a 26 to commemorate the date that we were born, 26th of January. I think it's so cute, and it's so little. And as you can see, like for the most part, my tattoos, like my tattoo style is very dainty and delicate, which I really like. And then this one is like the only one that just like sticks out. It's some kind of slug looking thing. I'm just not gonna mess with it. But yeah, these are all my tattoos. That's all I have. I just have the 4. I hope you enjoyed my crazy, funny stories about that. And just as a word of advice, if you're ever about to get a tattoo, definitely take your time. But yeah, I think that's everything. Sorry again for the lighting and the dog and the falling nut things. Hey, stop. It's just a squirrel. I hope. All right, I'm gonna take that as my cue to go. All right, bye guys.